Hey guys, Fire here, bringing you another game review. This time we're checking out Primal Survivors. This game is developed by Old School Vibes, published by AFIL Games, and it's currently available in the Xbox Store. Unfortunately, I don't know the price yet for the game, as it wasn't shared with me, but I'll give you an idea what I think a fair price is at the end of the video. So what is Primal Survivor? It's a roguelike game. It features two different modes, Primal Spirits and Cursed Spirits, that both have independent difficulties, as well as an upgrade store where you can buy things to make your character stronger. It's got a little bit of options here. You can turn on auto shoot, but it's pretty much still very similar to if you were just aiming in general, and then there's credits. So let's just dive in and talk about the game. There's different game modes, and yes, they're really just difficulty. I didn't really unlock these. I've just played a little bit of the game, got a majority of the achievements, and thought I'd done enough to kind of showcase it off to you guys. So as you play, you'll have opportunities to get different character classes. You can unlock different ones that cost rather high amounts of money, and you also get to select from different weapons that you can unlock along the way. Basically, you're going to be just spending your entire time attacking little enemies that vary across the game. Starts off with snakes, then turns into other little creatures, and then you get occasional boss fights every so often. You level up by picking up the meat, basically from the carcasses of the things you killed, and then you get opportunities as you level up to buy different upgrades that just kind of improve your deck, and that's kind of the roguelike aspect of the game. I will say, I had a lot of hopes for this game, but it comes across kind of stale. Visually, it seems like there could be just a little more, as, you know, it's almost to a sense where it's visually kind of blurry, or it gets to where just detail gets lost in things to where it looks a little harder to kind of see things and kind of understand how things are kind of going on your screen, as it gets very busy and it gets harder to see because of the lack of the detail. Visually, I think there's some room for improvements, but that's kind of there. So sound design, it's okay. The music is there, but it doesn't really kind of draw you into a super enjoyable experience. It doesn't feel like you're in an action-packed, like, survival-esque thing. Yes, it's kind of like prehistoric-y, but it doesn't sound amazing to me. Nothing that's kind of eye-catching there. Now, gameplay-wise, you can move around. The game doesn't actually teach you any of the controls. You kind of have to learn it, so there's kind of a lack of a tutorial there, as well as some of the enemies don't necessarily make sense. When I come into a game called Primal Survivors, I'm kind of thinking I'm more fighting against, like, dinosaurs and prehistoric things, not weird green bushes that kind of move around, or snakes. Like, there could be chances for these to be like little small dinosaurs, so I think there's kind of a miss in the theme there. Now, when it comes to price and what I think for the game, you know, there's content here, don't get me wrong, there's different difficulties, but it all kind of seems like a repetitive shell of the same kind of game, as what you get to experience doesn't have a lot of variety to it. Yes, you get some different bosses that you progress through, but they're not anything that's like super exciting, and they're very repetitive as you kind of get to sit and experience things. I think that the game has opportunity, but it really, for me, comes down to where I think the price point lands. If this game comes in anywhere around like $5 to $6, it's an okay, worth it, I guess, kind of entry-level roguelike, I guess you could say. But if it comes in much anywhere above $5 or $6, I'm going to have to recommend that you probably pass on this one, as there's plenty of other ones out there that are really good enough. Covered a few on the channel in the past. You know, most notable recently being Potato, which is on Xbox Game Pass, and I think even if you don't have Game Pass, that one's extremely cheap as well. I think this one just, it needs more polish to be able to make it come across as a very worth it roguelike for me. And with that being said, that's kind of my overall thoughts on the game. I'd love to hear what you guys think of my review down below in the comments. If you have any questions, let me know. Outside of that, thanks for checking out my channel, and I hope to see you again soon.